Angels have a message for you today. Angels see you, they hear you, and they feel the rise and fall of every breath you take. Angels gather around you right now, gently folding their bright wings, speaking in calm voices made of light, wanting to guide you piece by piece through what is coming next. Angels ask you to sit, to breathe, and to give your full heart to this moment, because the words that follow are for you, and only you. Angels remind you that each message they bring is wrapped in love, honesty, and hope. Angels know that hope is sometimes thin, like the edge of a fragile leaf, but angels also know that hope can grow into a wide, strong branch that holds you steady. Angels have never left you in the past, and angels will not leave you now. Angels begin by talking about the choice you made in the recent days. Angels saw you weighing your options, turning ideas over in your thoughts the way someone rolls a small stone in their hand, feeling every side before setting it down. Angels noticed the way your eyes clouded with worry, then brightened with a sudden flash of courage. That single flash was enough for angels to lean closer and whisper, "Yes, that courage is real, even if it is small. It counts. Keep going." Angels watched you choose, then watched the path of that choice unfold like a ribbon across the floor. Angels assure you you did not fail, even if the choice feels uncertain. You acted with the information you had. Angels respect that. Angels also know more than any human could know about the many threads that weave through one decision. They see links, causes, and hidden lines that appear invisible to earthly eyes. Angels reveal that your last decision has set a quiet bell ringing in the distance, and soon you will hear a louder echo. Angels tell you plainly, you are going to hear some shocking news, all because of your last act, your last step, your last yes or no. Angels do not say this to frighten you. Angels say this to prepare you. Angels hold preparation above panic. Angels know that when you are prepared, you can hold steady, like a tree that bends in a storm, but does not break. Angels want you steady. Angels want your feet firm on the ground and your head lifted toward the wide, bright sky where they live. Angels also understand that the word shocking carries weight. Humans hear that word and imagine the worst. Angels ask you to pause that human habit. Angels suggest you replace that image with something new. Imagine, angels say, standing on the shore. Suddenly, a wave that looks larger than all the others rolls toward you. It splashes, it soaks you, it leaves you gasping. But after the wave passes, you see that you are still standing, still alive, and the horizon is wider, more colorful, more open than before. That is the nature of shock, angels explain. It is sharp in the instant, but it can also sharpen clarity, widen sight, and renew the air you breathe. Angels continue with slow, simple words so your heart can follow every beat. Soon a message will reach you. It may appear in a letter, a phone call, a whisper from a friend, or a public announcement floating through a screen. However it arrives, angels ask you to listen, not just with your ears, but with the deeper part of you that sits behind your ribs, the part that hears truth even when words are tangled. Angels will stand beside you when the message comes. Angels will lay their wings over your shoulders, a weightless warmth, a gentle anchor. You might not see them with your eyes, but you may feel a hush, a shift in the room, a lighter air near your cheek. That is angels. That is the sign. Angels want you to know what the shock may feel like in your body. A quick pulse, a rising heartbeat, maybe a trembling of your hands. Angels say these signals are normal. Angels ask you to name them. Here is my heartbeat. Here is my breath. Here is my shaking. Angels say, when you name what you feel, you give your mind a steady floor to stand on. Angels remind you that fear often grows in the dark corners where words are missing. Shine a word on the feeling, and the feeling begins to settle. Angels have seen this truth across centuries and continents. It always works. Angels next explain why this news is tied to your last decision. Every action, angels say, sends a ripple like a pebble tossed into a still pool. You tossed your pebble, and ripples spread. One ripple touched a hidden door. That door is now opening. Angels love doors. Doors are passageways. Doors are chances. Yet doors, especially hidden doors, can reveal things that surprise the human heart. Angels say, do not regret throwing the pebble. The pebble was yours to throw. The ripples were parts of a bigger plan. The door was meant to open. Angels assure you that this shocking news will not break you. Angels have watched many storms. They know the strength inside a single person can reach deeper than oceans. Angels whisper that you contain more endurance than you guess. You might think your strength is small, but angels see it as a glowing root that runs from your spine into the earth. That root glows bright. Angels have watered it for years with quiet blessings you did not notice. Every silent prayer, every kind act you offered others, every moment you chose patience over anger, all those sawdust moments built a root of power. Angels plan to help you tap that power the moment the news arrives. Angels invite you to practice a simple exercise before the news comes. Angels call it the 3 breaths of courage. First breath. Inhale slowly and silently say, angels surround me. Second breath. Hold it a moment and silently say, angels guide me. Third breath. Exhale softly and silently say, angels protect me. Angels recommend you repeat these 3 breaths 3 times. Angels promise the air will feel different afterward. You will sense a shield of calm. Angels built that shield. Carry it. Angels want to talk about the feelings that often follow shock. Sometimes shock sits like cold rain inside the chest. Sometimes it sparks anger, confusion, or deep sadness. Angels speak gently. All feelings are guests. Treat them with kindness. Let them visit. Then let them leave. Angels will help you keep a door open for feelings to exit when they are ready. Feelings will not drown you if you give them room to move. Angels will keep that space clear. Angels turn next to the topic of blame. Angels know that humans often point a finger at themselves after news lands. I caused this, the mind says. I should have known, the heart adds. Angels cut through that fog with a clear beam. No one can see every thread. Not even the wisest human sees all ends. Angels alone can view the full tapestry. Angels encourage you to release blame. Blame sticks like tar and blocks light. Angels want light to flow. Angels shift to speak of forgiveness. Forgive yourself first. Say out loud, I forgive the part of me that was blind. Angels hear that sentence as music. Angels echo it in their language of living light. Then say, I forgive the part of me that still doubts. Angels echo again. Finally say, I forgive the part of me that fears. Angels echo once more. With each echo, angels lift a weight from your shoulders. Forgiveness is one of the strongest tools angels can place in human hands. Angels also address forgiveness for others if others are involved in the surprise. Maybe someone brings the news that startles you. Maybe their words cut. Angels recognize the sting. They ask you to separate the person from the message. Picture the person as a messenger bird carrying a scroll. The bird may seem fierce, but the scroll is simply a scroll. Once the scroll is delivered, the bird flies away. You can still love the bird because the bird, too, is guided by angels. Angels promise an important outcome. After the shocking news, a seed of opportunity will appear. It might look small. It might hide under ashes. Angels will point your heart toward it. Watch for little glimmers. A new idea, a sudden invitation, a dream that repeats. Angels call these glimmers feathers of the future. Each feather is a step forward. Collect them slowly. Angels will braid them into wings of change for you. Angels remind you of the bigger landscape. Life is not a straight line. Life moves in circles, spirals, waves, and leaps. Angels dance along those curves. Your last decision was one curve. The coming news will bend the path again. Angels see where the line will move next. Angels are already clearing stones from that stretch of road. Trust them. Angels are excellent road workers. They know which stones to remove and which to leave because some stones are there to teach balance. Angels want you to know about timing. Timing is sacred. The news will not arrive too early or too late. Angels have measured the hours. They have counted the turns of your planet and the beat of your heartbeat. Everything will line up at the perfect second, the way stars align to spell stories in the sky. When the moment strikes, angels will whisper, now. Even if the news feels wrong in human time, trust angel time. Angel time includes past, present, and future in one wide glance. Angels give you a practical list of steps to hold after the news lands. Breathe the 3 breaths of courage again. Angels will amplify each breath. Write down what you heard within the first hour. Angels find paper and ink powerful. Writing pulls swirling thoughts out of shadow. Read the words aloud once, then fold the paper. Angels see folding as sealing. Place the paper in a safe spot. Let it rest. Rest yourself. Drink water. Eat simple food. Stretch your body. Angels care about your cells, your muscles, your bones. Reach for one trusted voice. Call a friend, mentor, or guide. Angels will speak through them, sometimes without that person knowing it. Sleep if you can. Angels often deliver clarity in dreams. Keep another sheet of paper by the bed. Write flashes down upon waking. Review what has changed 6 sunrises later. Angels choose 6 because 6 lies between the first shock and the 7th day of renewal. Angels understand that some humans fear being alone with heavy thoughts in dark hours. Angels say you are never alone, not for a single breath. Angels stand guard at twilight, at midnight, at pre-dawn hush. If fear rises at night, angels invite you to imagine them glowing at the 4 corners of your room. See 4 pillars of soft gold light. That is angels marking safe space. Whisper, "Thank you, angels." They hear you, always. Angels now tell a short story, because humans learn through stories. There once was a traveler who carried a clay jar filled with water. One day, the traveler slipped. The jar shattered. Water spilled into the dirt and vanished. The traveler cried, thinking all was lost. But where the water sank, seeds hidden beneath the earth drank deeply. Weeks later, flowers burst through the soil along the traveler's path, bright, wide, and sweet-smelling. The traveler realized the jar had to break for the flowers to bloom. Angels witnessed this story 1,000 times in 1,000 forms, and every time the flowers bloom brighter. The jar in your life may break with the shocking news, but angels promise flowers will rise from the spill. Angels encourage you now to visualize your own blooming. Picture a garden. See fresh soil. Feel the sun overhead. In the center of the garden stands a tall plant. That plant is you. The stalk is strong, leaves open wide. At the top, a bud waits. The shocking news is like the morning sun warming that bud. It will open. Inside rests a bright color you have never seen before, a shade only angels know. That color is the new chapter of your life. Let it open. Angels speak next about courage. Courage is not loud. Courage is steady. Courage is the hand that reaches for the doorknob, even when the heart races. Angels say you already practice courage on small scales each day when you rise from bed, when you answer a question honestly, when you offer kindness even when you feel tired. These tiny acts have built the muscle you need for bigger moments. Angels have noted every tiny act, like beads on a long string. That string wraps around your heart now, a necklace of quiet bravery. Angels want to underline a final truth about worthiness. You deserve angel help. You do not have to earn it with perfection. Angels do not weigh your mistakes against your successes. Angels see your core, which is pure, shining, and whole. They offer guidance because they cherish that core. Angels encourage you to cherish it too. Speak softly to yourself. Call yourself friend. Call yourself beloved. Angels repeat those words over you daily. Join them. Angels are sending a special trio of guardians for the coming days. First is the angel of clear sight. This angel will help you see facts without fear's distortions. Second is the angel of steady heart. This angel will keep your emotions balanced like water in a calm cup. Third is the angel of new beginnings. This angel will nudge you toward fresh doors when old ones close. When you feel a sudden calm, a sudden insight, or a sudden burst of new energy, no one of these angels is near. Thank them with a word or a nod. Gratitude strengthens their bond to you. Angels also remind you of a tool nearly every human forgets: song. Angels love song. When worry rises, hum a single note or sing a line that lifts your spirit. The vibration of your voice cuts through fear the way light cuts through fog. Angels will weave their own harmony behind your note. You may not hear it with your ears, but your skin may tingle. That is angels singing with you. Angels sense you might ask, how long will it take before things feel normal again? Angels answer, life is not about returning to the old normal. Life is about reaching the new balance. The new balance will form gradually, like dawn spreading. Some mornings the light will seem slow. Other mornings it will arrive suddenly. Angels ask for patience with the pace. Trust the rhythm. Angels add a gentle reminder about asking for help from trusted people. Angels work through human hands often. If you need advice, comfort, or assistance, speak up. People who show up may be guided by angels, though they may not know it. Angels orchestrate meetings, chance encounters, and timely calls. Watch for them. Angels circle back now to the heart of the message. You are going to hear some shocking news, all because of your last decision. This news might at first feel like a stone on your chest, but angels assure you it will soon feel like a stepping stone under your feet. You will rise higher because of it. Angels guarantee growth, insight, and a brighter horizon on the far side of this hill. Angels finish by blessing you in 3 layers. Mind. May clarity pour into your thoughts like clean water into a glass. Heart. May peace settle over your emotions like soft snow that hushes noise. Path. May doors open ahead, lined with light, leading you onward. Angels fold their wings now, but remain near. When the news arrives, remember this message. Remember the 3 breaths of courage. Remember the feathers of the future. Remember the jars that break into blooming fields. Angels will be there. Angels are there now. Angels will always be. Angels have spoken. Angels stay with you. Angels love you.